Welcome students. In this video we're going to find the area bounded by the graph f of y equals 4y on the interval of y from 0 to 2 and the y-axis. So once again we're going to find your xi, and then xi is your endpoint. Well, I'm going to choose the endpoint. So it's going to equal to a plus I delta y. Notice here we're bounded by the y-axis, so instead of delta x, we're gonna use delta y. So a is always gonna be your left endpoint, so that's gonna be 0 plus I delta y. So delta y is gonna be 2 minus 0. That's your partition over n, so that's gonna equal to 2 over n. Okay, so this your CI becomes 0 plus I times 2 over n, which is equal to 2I over n. So we need this and we need this to find the area using summations and limits. Okay. So now we're gonna find the area. We're gonna compute the area. So area is gonna equal lim as n approaches infinity of the sum I equals 1 over n over f of ci times delta y. So that is equal to, remember, we're gonna plug in ci into your formula here, into your function. So we have lim as n approaches infinity of I equals 1 n, and then your function is gonna equal to 4 times your ci became 2I over n, and that will multiply it times delta y, which is 2 over n. So now we're gonna do the manipulation here. So we're gonna do it on the side here. So 2 times 4 is 8. That becomes 8I over n times 2 over n. That becomes 16I over n squared. 16I over n squared. Okay, so this becomes lim as n approaches infinity of I equals 1 over n, 16I over n squared. So we can take out the constant, which is 16 over n squared. So that becomes 16 over, becomes lim as n approaches infinity of 16 over n squared times the sum I equals 1 n of I. Okay, so let's make some space here. So this is equal to lim as n approaches infinity of 16 over n squared, and then the sum of I becomes n times n plus 1 over 2. So this here becomes n, that's just a formula, n times n plus 1 over 2. So now this becomes, we cancel 1n, we cancel 1n, so this becomes 1, and then 16 over 2, that's 1, this becomes 8. So that becomes lim as n approaches infinity of 8 over n times n plus 1. Then let's combine a little more. So that becomes lim as n approaches infinity of a over n plus a over n. This becomes lim as n approaches infinity of a plus lim as n approaches infinity of a over n. So this lim as n approaches infinity of a becomes a, and this lim as n approaches infinity of a over n becomes 0. So a plus 0 equals a. So the area is equal to a. That's all we needed to do for this video. Thank you very much, students.